Hello, 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 everybody. I hope you are having a beautiful and fantabulous day. For those that don't know me, my name is Joshua Day J. I can't even say my own name. My name is Joshua J. And I coach aspiring entrepreneurs on how to create scalable online businesses. And today I wanted to hop online to share two important messages. And I took some notes. So I'm going to read from my notes and make sure that I hit everything that is important. I'm also trying something a little different today. I am standing up to record videos, which is really interesting because now I feel like I'm presenting or I don't know. It's a different feeling. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the title of this video. It is Trauma Can Lead to a New Identity. Trauma can lead to a new identity. If that sounds like something you want to listen to or think about or resonate on, follow along with me. And then I am going to share pretty much my notes from this morning. I journaled a little bit in my phone after I meditate, and I want to share what that is. And then lastly, I pulled two cards from the Ask and It Is Given deck, and I want to read the messages to you guys because I feel like it's a universal principle that ties everything together. So if this sounds like a plan to you, follow along. I love to have you on board. If you're watching live, drop a 1 in the comments. And then if you are catching the replay, drop a 2 in the comments or hashtag replay. I would love to engage and let you know that I missed you and we'll rock and roll. So, trauma can lead to a new identity. This came to me during meditation because I kept seeing, while my eyes were closed and I was sitting, I kept seeing two different like bubbles merge, right? Two different bubbles merge. And with that vision, the immediate thing was I'm becoming anew. And a lot of times we don't talk about or acknowledge what trauma truly does to a person. We know that, it can change us a little here and there. We can develop coping mechanisms to trauma, but we don't talk about what happens afterwards. And so yesterday, I believe I talked about, you got to choose. There's a breaking point in your life where you choose to either move forward and do something different, or you choose the same lessons over and over, the same actions over and over, ultimately repeating the same behavior. But today I want to talk about when you choose something different or you choose a new way of being that causes a new type of identity for you. For example, I speak on that in 2022, I left my corporate job and I'm chasing my dream of entrepreneurship and helping more people. Specifically, I'm helping entrepreneurs launch online scalable businesses. I am helping my clients better with their health and wellness. I am building a massive health and wellness brand. That's my goal right now. Like I want an empire, right? And the trauma that I've dealt with in the workplace caused me to eventually choose me. And I don't know if anyone can experience this, but sometimes trauma doesn't have to be anything big. It could be something minuscule. For example, if you were a kid and your parents told you no after you asked for a toy that you really, really wanted. That could be a traumatic experience that could eventually grow into an adult being afraid of being told no, right? Or something difficult like me. I went through retaliation in the workplace or discrimination in the workplace. However you look at it, that type of trauma changes a person, and either you choose to do the same old things. For example, what I used to do to repeat the action. If I knew that I wasn't being paid by worth, or if I was having issues in the workplace, often we just say, oh, just quit and get another job. Or we'll sit at work and we'll be applying for other jobs until the new job comes and then we'll jump ship, right? Well, that's a response. Or you can choose something new. I chose to not do the repetitive cycle of sitting at work, applying for different jobs, and then just jumping ship. I was like, this time I'm going to choose me. So I decided to choose the entrepreneur journey, which I've been an entrepreneur for the last 3 years, part-time, but now I'm full-time. And the person that I'm building, that I'm becoming, my highest self, my highest purpose, I had to make a choice. This is a new identity. This is a person who gets to be vulnerable, but be bold. Be courageous, but have a little edge to him. Like this person that I'm stepping into, I literally can't describe him right now. I can only just tell you where I'm headed, right? For example, in business, I am building a massive organization. I'm building an organization of sales people, business owners, franchisees, business partners, whatever you want to call us, to the point that we'll be worldwide. I want to have a global impact, and the only way that I can do that is by keep evolving into the person that I'm meant to become. So again, trauma can lead to a new identity, because this person that stands before you today wasn't the person that was there last year, right? I was a person that was last year debating on if I had the courage to do something, if I should do this, if this was the right move. There was a lot of limiting beliefs that were holding me back from truly stepping into my God-given talents. I ask you the question, is trauma causing you to repeat? Are you choosing to repeat the same cycles over and over and over again? Or are you ready to heal from maybe some traumatic experiences that has happened in the past to create the new identity for your future? If this is resonating with you, drop the word identity in the comments. What I want to talk about a little bit is identity. Just because something quote unquote bad has happened to you, we first got to change the language that we're telling ourselves. Nothing is quote unquote bad or negative, right? In life, we have experiences. We as humans decide if it's positive and or negative. We're the ones determining that. The way that we would determine that is based on our lived experiences. So let's just say maybe you were a child and you were burned. You tried to touch the stove. That's a neutral experience until we as humans decide to say it's negative or positive. You can look at reaching up and touch the stove as a positive experience. Now I know not to play with fire. Or you can look at it as a negative experience. Man, I was burned. I'll never be around fire again. And you can be like scared and you never want to see fire around you. For me, as a kid, my family members used to pop balloons around me. So I have a traumatic response to balloons to the point that I don't want to be around them. I can choose, even though a balloon popping can be a neutral event, some days I choose to be afraid and don't want to be around balloons. And then some days I choose, you know what? It's just a balloon. If it pops, it's a loud noise. I'll get over it. But every day we have experiences that we decide if they're negative or positive. So what are you choosing? The thing about choosing a new way of being is you get to get rid of every part of you that existed in the past. And becoming a new version of you and an evolved version of you is kind of difficult, because as you continue to evolve, you're going to get distant or separated from family. You're going to become distant or separated from friends. Your whole circle is going to change because you're choosing to evolve. If you look at your circle right now, you are the average of the 5 closest people that you hang around. And this isn't to talk down or negatively about anyone in any one circle, but honestly, the average of the 5 people you hang around, do they elevate your lifestyle? Do they make you better? In all areas. This could be finances, this could be business, this could be friendship, this could be love, this could be connection, this could be partnerships, it could be anything. But once you realize that you are having a traumatic response to something and you're choosing a new identity, you are now evolving. You're elevating. And you're going to hear things like, oh, he's becoming different. Oh, he doesn't want to hang out with me. Oh, he thinks he's better than me. Oh, he's just different now. You'll hear all of these, especially from family. And it's okay. Because as you continue to evolve in your life, as you continue to evolve in your journey, you are shaping a new identity, a new way of being. So today I just want to simply invite you guys to, 1, bring awareness to maybe some trauma that causes you to act or be a certain way. 2, realize that you can shift your perspective and create something new. You do not have to be yesterday's version of you. You can continue to make the 1% progress to improving yourself and becoming a new identity or a new version of yourself. Drop a number 3 in the chat if you are a person who wants to bring awareness to maybe who you were, and also make action steps or take action steps to becoming an evolved version of you. Evolution it's been around for centuries. We see creatures, we see animals, we see people. People evolve. Either you're going to evolve or you're going to die off. That's just how biology science works, right? What are you choosing? Are you choosing to become stronger in your mental thinking? Are you choosing to become stronger in your mental wellness? Are you choosing to become stronger in your physical strength? Are you choosing to become stronger in your partnerships or your relationships? Are you choosing to become stronger in who you want to become? Your highest version, your highest self? What are you choosing? Because again, trauma can lead to a new identity. And when you go through the shedding process of becoming the new version of you, the higher version of you, it is a lot of deep, hard work. You gotta soul search. You gotta redefine who you are as a person. You gotta attack your limiting beliefs. You gotta let go of what no longer serves you. You gotta let go of people who may not no longer serve you. You gotta remove yourself from environments that may not be suitable to the person that you're becoming. And this is hard because a lot of the times, these are the people that we've grown up in life with. It is what it is. I'm not telling you to go change up your family environment or your friendship circles or your partnerships or anything like that. But what I'm asking you to do is bring awareness to who and what you are becoming. At the beginning of the year, I talked about manifesting goals and vision casting and dreams and all of the things. Again, my vision board's right there. I have these sticky notes on the wall that remind me daily of what my goals are, daily. Who are you becoming? And if you are becoming the best version of yourself, the vision that you've casted for your 5, 10, 15-year plan, if you're becoming the person in that vision of yours, who still is there in your circle? Who are the people you're surrounded by? Who is filling up your cup so then you can go around and fill up other people's cup? Honestly, you got to check your identity and who you identify around. I used to be a person who would change kind of sort of my identity for people. Whether I was in the workplace, I would become the educated black guy, right? Because I was degreed, I spoke very well, and people felt less intimidated if I could raise my voice up a little bit higher and I was able to speak more slowly, right? That was a different version of me. But honestly, that's how I identified in the workplace. Because again, most people who look at me find me intimidating because of the color of my skin, right? Or maybe that's a limiting belief. I don't know, but I can definitely tell you that people do identify me in an aggressive way just because of how I look. It is what it is. But I had to remove that identity because all that was a traumatic response, honestly, to the people around me or the situations that I've been grown up in. Specifically, growing up as a black boy, I was always told that white people disliked me. I was always told that the world doesn't serve you. I was always told that this is a negative place to live. I was always told that you got to always protect yourself and stay closed up. You can't share yourself because someone's going to break you. These are the things that I was told growing up, and in no fault to my parents or my family or my friends or whomever, it was just a way that they identified things. Now, being an adult, I don't identify with the same principles or policies or ways of being anymore. I choose to say I'm the creator of my own reality, and by being the creator of my own reality, that means I get to decide how my life is going to be. So I'm not going to walk around the world in victimhood or in a victim mentality and say, well, my life is this way because of other people or other situations or other places. No, my life is like this because I chose day in and day out different actions that led me to the life that I have right now. So if you are a person who feels as if the world around you has created the life that you have, I ask that you maybe take a step back and say, what choices or actions have I taken to choose the identity that I'm currently in that makes me believe that people around me can dictate the lifestyle that I have? I just invite you, again, to taking an awareness or an accountability of who you are today and what action steps you can take slowly. Start small. What action steps you can take to start shifting your identity. Getting away from the traumatic experiences, healing everything that has happened in the past, leaving it in the past. Of course, it's part of your journey, but you don't have to carry it into your present, and you don't have to carry it in the present to shape your future, right? So I'm going to read just a little note that I made in my phone this morning after meditating that I feel like will hopefully resonate with you guys. It says, I realized that, I'm sorry. It says, merging the old with the new. Again, when I meditated, I saw two balls coming together. Kind of like two eggs, like merging together. It says, I realized that my past and present is now. They have merged and I'm no longer operating in a victim mentality. I'm operating in an empowered being, my highest self, the greatest in me. There is so much magnetic energy going on this year and I feel it deeply in my soul. Courage is the word that comes to mind. It's within me and surrounding me. Courage to be in my greatest evolving form. I am courage. I can breathe finally. I release anything that no longer serves me. I got a little emotional because it's taken me a while to get here. And I'm not saying that the journey was easy or hard or long or anything but now I can see that I'm not being controlled or giving my power to other places, other people, or other things. And I want to invite you and anyone that listens to either the Facebook Live, the Instagram Live, or the podcast. I want you really to start taking accountability for where you're allowing your energy to go. Because once you get awareness of where your energy is going, you can stop it. You can control it. You can really shape who you are and how you interact with the world around you. You can shift from the victimhood or the victim mentality to empowered and conquering. You can really define and shape a life that you want or that you desire. You can achieve the vision of yourself, your highest self. So I invite you, and I hope you take a look into these things. So lastly, I want to read is the two cards that I pulled from the Ask and It Is Given deck. The first card that I pulled, it says, my financial decline will not elevate the impoverished. And on the front of the card, it was like a bird, like a white dove, like in the solar system, right? And on the back it said, you cannot get poor enough to help impoverished people thrive. It is only in your thriving that you have anything to offer anyone. If you want to be of help to others, be as tapped in, and turned on as you possibly can be. I say this all the time. You can't help anyone else if you're not helping yourself. Your bucket gets to be filled. And this was a reminder for me that my bucket gets to be filled before I ever step foot in to try to support someone else, right? I talk about money now because growing up, money was a bad thing. I have been doing so much work to rewrite that story in my head and my experience. Money isn't bad. All money will do, the more you make it, will just show who you are as a person. It will show if you're good or bad. You can make millions and billions of dollars and you can give it all away. That just shows you have a caring heart. Or you can make millions and billions of dollars and you do bad things with it. That just shows the type of character you are. Money itself is just simply energy. We as people are simply just energy. And we transfer energy back and forth to have a reality that we design. So if you are a person who feels as if you must always save the people around you, you must always help those around you, you can start helping those people by becoming your best version. You can start becoming and being supportive of other people by allowing the bucket that you feel to overflow. Let people get the overflow of enjoyment and best version of you than trying to feed or support people from an empty, depleted bucket. The second card that I pulled says, since every request is granted, I feel no competition. And it was like a little girl sitting on an elephant going through like a sunflower field or something. The back says, each point of view matters. Every request is granted. There is no end to the universal resources that fulfill these requests, and there is no end to the answers to the never-ending stream of questions. And for that reason, there is no competition. The only person that you can compete with is you. And when you truly learn that everything around you is just what's available, and you're not trying to catch up or be like someone else, but you're becoming the best version of yourself, you are then in no competition, and you're only competing and growing who you are. Again, I say this often, become 1% better than who you were yesterday. If you can do that and you continuously do the 1% in all areas of your life, every day you are simply moving your needle forward. You're filling up yourself, and you're just making that path of becoming your highest self, your best version, easier. Just make a conscious decision that no matter what goes on, I am going to always be 1% better. A good example of this is me going to the gym. I told you guys that from October, the end of October to the beginning of the new year, I did not go to the gym. I had a lot of mental health stuff going on. I had a lot of things going on with work, all the things, right? All the excuses. And I lost the momentum of becoming 1% better. The moment I stepped into the gym Monday of this week, and I am on day 5 of going to the gym straight, I'm becoming 1% better. I've started with the lowest weights possible. I'm not looking around and seeing what everyone else is doing. I plug into my EDM workout music, and I simply get to work, and I try to become 1% better. 1% could be one extra rep. 1% could be one extra set. 1% could be 1 minute extra that I didn't schedule. It doesn't matter what the 1% is. You define that for yourself, and you become 1% better. So don't allow the trauma in your past to dictate who you are in the present and not make the change to become better. You should be becoming better. And sometimes healing is a long fucking journey, right? It can take forever to heal some old wounds, right? It's just like you see on medical TV shows when people have them deep gut gashes and stuff, and they're bleeding, and they gotta clean it out, and they gotta sew it up, and then they gotta go to physical therapy for months at a time or weeks at a time. It's the same process for your mental wellness. When you choose to start that healing process, it can take a while. You gotta first bring awareness to it. Dang, I got a cut on me. Then you got to start cleaning it out. And that's the healing. That's doing the deep work. Well, why am I triggered? And why does this happen to me? And why do I feel this way? And why do I react this way? That's the deep work, right? After you get it cleaned out, you sew it up. That's you making a new decision. That's you choosing a new identity. And the more you choose the better version of yourself, the highest version of yourself, the new identity, that scar heals and heals and heals and heals and eventually goes away to the point that you can't see it anymore. So, if this resonated with you in any form or fashion, I ask that you share it out. I ask that you give it to a family member, a friend, someone in need, someone that may be suffering online. You'd be like, hey, just go check this out. Send it to them in their direct message. You don't have to be vocal and verbal about, helping or supporting someone. As someone that has lived so many traumatic experiences, just like you guys probably have, I'm choosing to be a voice that allows people to know that there's a better way. There's a more defined way of choosing who you want to become. So don't allow the victim's mentality to keep you stuck in who you were back then. Or don't allow the victim mentality to keep you stuck in the circumstances or the situations that happened in your past. Today is your present. What you choose today will shape your future for tomorrow. If you are choosing to become 1% better today, you will absolutely achieve any version or dream that you have. If you're choosing to remain consistent, that means you're choosing to stay stuck in your past, in your experiences, and you won't grow. No matter how many goals and dreams and visions you paint for yourself. So I hope you really resonated with this. If you did, drop some love, drop some hearts, just let me know that you fucking love this. Because again, I feel so empowered and so inspired to just share what my journey, how healing looks for people, and how we can be supportive. And thank you so much, Chuck. I do see the love, and everyone else that's sharing as well. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. So, with that being said, my name is Joshua J. I am dedicated to healing the world through love and light. So peace, love, and happiness to all of you out there. If this resonated with you, share it out. Again, sharing my content makes you look beautiful, as always. And I will talk to you guys soon. Ciao.